Hey, this is Darren with another Ask Darren. This one comes from John Burke. Not sure where John's from. It says, "Hi, Darren." That's me. I enjoyed your videos for some time now, thank you. You mentioned before that it's possible to interview experts in order to assimilate the information they give, thus becoming an expert yourself. You've done this successfully with your own work. Here's my question. How do you approach them? Email, phone call, letter, referral? What's the best way to get the most information in the least amount of time? And how many experts is enough? Do I tell them I'm writing a book? Thus, thanks, keep up the good work. So, to answer all of your little questions in here, do you tell them you're writing a book? Well, that depends. Are you writing a book? You don't do it out of integrity. If that's your intention, you have to be clear that you are, or that can blow up in your face, and it could be a lot of challenges. So only if you are committed, not thinking you're going to, committed to writing the book. By the way, if you are, I highly recommend a book by Dan Poynter called The Self-Publishing Manual. Everyone should get that. Great book. And let's see. How many experts is enough? Great question. I don't know. I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm still interviewing people. Now, if you're talking about my book, Laugh and Get Rich, we interviewed, I don't even remember how many chapters, but we interviewed this many in order to have this much good content. So that's part of the challenge as you go through. But honestly, you should be blogging about the chapters. The blog posts could become a chapter in the book. So you're actually getting information out there, getting articles out there. And what I do is I see what resonates with my audience. Which ones are people commenting on? Which ones connect with their heart? So when you're putting the book together, that helps you see which ones are best. So it's a rock solid quality book. Now your question about which is the best way to approach them. Phone, email, phone call, letter. I would say if it's someone overseas, send an email. Send an email telling them the project, and that's why I want you to get clear on what's the scope of your project, what's the title of the book, or even a working title is fine. What's the purpose or the premise of the book? You need to be clear, and that should be in your email as well, who it's going to be marketed to, because that may also resonate with whether they want to be in it or not. So you're going to have some specific information. They'll want to know whether they give you their time. Other than that, try every way. We went and I asked people, Dr. Bose, who owns Bose Corporation, at that time I worked for Bose, so I knew Sherwin Greenblatt was a believer in humor, and at that time he was the CEO of the company. So I used channels through that Bose Corporation to get that interview. But the cool thing is a lot of these people who are experts or CEOs or business owners or maybe famous for one reason or another, they might be famous, but yet the one thing you maybe can't give them is money, and that's okay. They've got that. The one thing that maybe you can do for them is bring them credibility by being a chapter in your book, or maybe just a story in your book. So interview with a purpose, but try and get those interviews any way you can, any connections you have. Maybe it's LinkedIn is a very powerful way to do that these days. And ask. Tell people you know the scope of your project and who you're looking for. They may have some great connections that you're not even aware of. So have a list of people you definitely want, aim for the sky, but then also be open to other people that your network might be aware of. So I hope that answers all of your questions in detail, but just commit to the book, get the self-publishing manual, and then ask. And by the way, if you have a question, just go to askdarren.com.